All right, what's doing, guys? Alec live here in Washington, D.C. for this historic day. Donald Trump getting inaugurated as the 47th President of the United States. It's amazing to be here. Obviously, a much different feel than it would have been had we had the National Mall covered in red hats. There's nothing but red hats walking all over D.C. here. A lot of people not sure really what to do, where to go. So I did interviews with a bunch of these people, but, moving it inside definitely was a disappointment here. So I asked a lot of the people about that. A lot of people that traveled from a long way away that had tickets to be here for this event kind of ended up not knowing really where to go. And, the weather, I overdressed. Instead of going with the suit and the tie, I put on the railroad gear here. I was figuring this is going to be 0-degree temperature out here. It turns out it's a beautiful day in Washington, D.C. It was colder last week when I was here for Pete Hegseth's hearing, talking with the Navy SEALs and doing the march. It was much colder for that day than it is today. And, people were willing to suffer outside in the cold to see Trump get sworn in. Let's face it, we've been suffering for the last 4 years with everything that's been going on, with the high inflation, the border crisis, especially parents who are sick and tired of being sick and tired in this country, of seeing what's been going on. And also, too, it's great to see Trump is going to get men out of women's sports, men out of the women's locker room. So there's been suffering going on with this Biden administration for the last 4 years, and we were willing to suffer outside to see it. But obviously there must have been some type of security threat. That's what everybody seems to figure. So better to keep Trump safe. I can only imagine that the bureaucrats here in Washington having to see millions of these Trump hats, Trump red hats, supporters here in Washington, D.C. has to turn their stomach as Joe Biden went out the door. And I'll talk about this on the show. Joe Biden on his way out the door hits a pardon for Dr. Fauci, pardon for Milley, a pardon for all of his family members. And what a disgrace, right to the end, this guy. Something that he said he wouldn't do, he ends up doing it on his way out the door. So the whole Biden administration, a stain on American history. But now we enter the golden age. Trump is now our president of the United States. So while I was here, listen, I took the train down. Train got caught in an hour and a half delay, so I got here late. Couldn't make it into the Capitol Arena, so I got some hits with some of the people outside. So I'm going to bring you those interviews that I did with some of the people on the street here walking around Washington, D.C. Alec live here in Washington, D.C. with
Abby Kaiser.
I'm her dad, Blake.
All right, where'd you guys come in from?
Mobile, Alabama.
Okay, how come you guys wanted to be here for the inauguration today?
So she's in an organization from Mobile called the Mobile Azalea Trails, and they were due to be in the parade today, but it got canceled due to weather. So now we're just trying to make the best of it.
Okay, yeah, how did that feel? You traveled here for that and then got pulled indoors.
It was disappointing, but I got to meet Katie Britt, so that made up for it, and then I just watched them fly out, so that really made the trip.
Okay, very cool. How does it feel being here? What do you think about the atmosphere of everybody being here for this day?
There's a lot of happy people, beautiful people. Everybody's smiling. It's great to be an American today. And watching Marine One fly out of here just then. Today's my birthday. I turned 42 today. That couldn't be a better gift than watching that man fly out of this city.
Happy birthday to you. So what are you excited for now? Sleepy Joe is gone. He's out of office. What are you excited about most here? Looking forward to Donald Trump's 4 years in the office.
I think his immigration policies are great. I'm ready to see everybody that's not here legally go. And I'm excited to go to the beach and swim in the Gulf of America.
I love it. All right, you guys plan on attending anything else here, or are you guys heading home now?
We fly out tonight.
Flying back out tonight. All right, God bless America. Thanks for stopping by.
God bless America. Thank you.
All right, Alec live in Washington, D.C. with
Ari and Caleb.
Where'd you guys come in from?
North Carolina, Asheville. Yeah, Asheville, North Carolina.
How come you guys had to be here for the inauguration today?
It's just a great day in our history, and we're both very excited to see it.
Yeah, I mean, we're ready for the major plans that he's had for this country, so we need change.
Well, Sleepy Joe Biden is finally out at president. How's that feel?
Oh, it feels great. I'm excited. There's a new life here in this city. It's going to be a good time.
I'm so pumped right now, so...
I'm ready for the next 4 years.
Did you guys get a chance to go into Capitol Arena or no?
We didn't.
How did you guys feel about the inauguration being pulled from the outdoor event to go inside?
Honestly, with this weather out here right now, I think it's not the greatest decision, but it is what it is, and I think
whatever. I mean, as long as he gets in office, I mean, that's all that matters. I mean, we can watch it on our phones. I mean, we probably wouldn't have been that close anyways. So as long as he's okay and he's protected, so our country's protected.
You guys how did you guys feel about Joe Biden pardoning his entire family on the way out the door?
Yeah, no, we saw that. We think it's absolutely ridiculous. He should be ashamed of himself.
It's an embarrassment, honestly.
Donald Trump didn't pardon anybody from his family when he left his first time, so Joe Biden pardoned the whole family. That says a lot.
Said he wouldn't. Joe Biden said he wasn't going to pardon Hunter. He wasn't going to pardon anybody else. So it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Dr. Fauci got that pardon too.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
All right, guys. God bless America. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Lace live here in Washington, D.C.
Aaron Cranston,
Where'd you come in from?
Page, Arizona.
All right. Well, Sleepy Joe is gone now. Donald Trump is our president. So how's that feel?
Feels wonderful.
How come you made the trip to be here today?
I just had to come and support President Trump. He's done so much for this country already, and I just wanted to be here to experience this history.
I've been asking everybody because people have mixed feelings on it. How did you feel about the inauguration being pulled from the outdoor event to being put inside?
Well, I'm sure they had to do it for some reason, maybe security or something like that. So I'm okay with it. We were, kind of disappointed, but we're just glad to be here, and we're just glad that he's in.
Why are you most excited? What are you looking forward to the most about the next 4 years with Trump at the helm?
Getting everybody out of the U.S. that doesn't belong here, and just making America great again, all around everything. I feel like there's been so many people so many people in politicians in Washington, D.C. that have been ripping off the American people for years and years, and America's sick of it, and they've spoken. And Donald Trump is going to help us get there.
I would imagine the bureaucrats got to be sick to their stomach to see all the red hats here in D.C. today.
Oh, yeah, their heads are popping off. We love it. It's great.
Any more plans, attending any events tonight or heading home?
We're just going to celebrate, go get something to eat, rewatch, the inauguration, and go home and get warm.
All right. Well, God bless America. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, take care.
Alec Lace live here in Washington, D.C. with...
Lindy and Hopley.
Where'd you come in from, Linda?
Well, I'm originally from South Africa, but I came in from California.
Okay. How come you had to be here today how come you wanted to be here for the inauguration today?
I think this is probably the most historic event that America has seen in this generation, right? Just really standing up for the people. We've seen, from South Africa, we've seen government overreach, overthrow, banana republics, the whole thing. And just the zeal and the passion and the yes of the American people saying not on my watch. I was here on January 6th. There were millions of people that said Trump is my president. And so after the election being stolen, which was really obvious, that's why Biden had to pardon everyone 20 minutes before he stood down. The reality that people say, hey, this is a government that's meant to serve the people. And so we had to be here. Come hell or high water, ice blizzard, vortex tornado. Like, how can you miss the greatest moment in history where we can make America great again and godly? Amen.
Yeah, well said. Were you a little disappointed that it was moved indoors? Did you want to see it outside?
Of course. I think even just being here with some of the MAGA rallies and things that are going on and just going, man, if the media was actually on our side, the momentous occasion, the drone footage it would have been. I mean, I was on a porta potty. I was meant to be in the VIP. I was the speaker on the March for Trump bus. I could not even see the back of the people, the end of the people. It looked like a rhino bonk, like an evangelism crusade in Africa. And I was just like, wow, God, this is incredible. This is a miraculous moment. And so obviously I think we would have really seen, it would have just blown every conspiracy out of the water. Making it true, the fact that people don't like Trump or whatever, but people want real. And so in that regard, I'm like, man, it would have been such a glorious event, obviously freezing. But I think also it wasn't just about the weather, it was about the assassination attempts on President Trump's life. And so it made it way more secure for him. Because at the end of the day, yes, we would have loved to have seen it, but we want to see him alive and actually do the job. We're not here for a show, we're here for show me the money, and that's what he's good at. That's why people like him.
What do you think about the team that he's put together here? Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr. What do you think about the team he's assembled?
I mean, I think it's just fabulous. Like, President Trump knows what he's doing. He's a man that gets the job done. And I think he's just throwing in all the big hitters, and he's saying, hey, this is who I have on my team, And I mean, hey, there's some of them that I'm like, yeah, I think you knew that if you didn't come over, you would have been forced over, or you would have been forced out of business. So whether it's like with a fake smile or a real smile, doesn't really matter. It's really about bringing America back to its full potential. I do believe this is a country that has sown missionaries. I'm a Christian preacher I've been around the world. And I believe that America has such a great calling. It's got a gift of generosity, and that God has called it to be a blessing to the nations. And that's what I believe. Whether you believe God, Trump is a godly man or not, he's definitely God's chosen man. I had a prophetic dream about it. And so I just said, okay, Lord, I'm not even from here, but I'm gonna pray for this man. I'm gonna call this Cyrus. God used people that didn't believe in him to fulfill his. And I said, God, if you can use a donkey, if you could use me, then you could definitely use President Donald J. Trump. And he is a successful man. He's a bright man. And so I love what he's doing. I believe he's a strategist. He knows how to play chess, and he's throwing his Trump card down.
Amen. God bless America. Thank you for your time.
So
enjoy the rest of the festivities.
Thank you. Find me beautifulwitness.com. Lindy Ann Hopley. Nice to chat to you, and God bless you.
All right, Alec Lace outside the Capital One Arena with
Ryan Lawrence,
Ryan. Where'd you come in from?
Georgia, Savannah.
Georgia. Why'd you have to be here for today's inauguration?
I just felt like it was historic, man. Kamala being kind of like just installed in there and, skipping the primary. And then also Trump, all the shit, the assassination, the lawfare. What I really liked was him kind of teaming up across the aisle with people like Kennedy, Elon, Tulsi Gabbard. It just felt like history, man. It felt like it was a big win.
What was your take on Biden giving Dr. Fauci a pardon on his way out the door?
Boils my blood, dude. I fucking hate it. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like, if we could still, like, shame these people, I think we could still make some good changes and kind of point out what people have done. But there's a lot of work to do, man. It's not just Fauci and Liz Cheney, but also Dick Cheney. And, there's just a lot of stuff that needs to come out, man. We need a detox.
Yeah, what did you think about Trump last night saying he's going to release the JFK files? We're going to finally get to the bottom of what's in the classified files.
Yeah, I was disappointed he didn't do it last time. And I understand, man. It affects the fabric of this country, like trust in these institutions and stuff. But listen, man, they got to play by the same rules to some extent, So I'm all for it.
What did you think about them moving the inauguration indoors? Did you have tickets?
Yeah, no, I never had tickets for the indoor one. My plan was kind of to come out to the National Mall. It's a bummer, but I think, I heard, I got buddies who have friends in military intel, and there was some threats, man. So I think they kind of had to switch it up a bit. And, for the safety of everybody, I'm happy. But obviously it's a bummer, man. You see all these people here. It would have been nice to all meet up in the mall and celebrate.
Yeah, it's an amazing turnout here. Red hats all over this place today. But again, 2 assassination attempts on his life. Got to keep him safe.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's, first and foremost. And, as much as I push against the government, I identify more libertarian. I have plenty of issues, but at the end of the day, this is what it's for, right? NSA and Secret Service and FBI, and they're there to protect us. That's a job of government, protect the people and their property. And so I'm glad that if they did get intel, that they did switch it up to keep everybody safe. But it's a bummer.
You're more libertarian. You think he holds up to his word and gives Ross Albright the pardon here?
Well, we'll know today. It's the easiest pardon to do. There's no political risk that he's taken. Julian Assange was different. That's, you got a lot of people involved in that. But yeah, it's easy. Day one, Ross created a website, period. Yeah. Let him go. Yeah.
Well said. All right, enjoy the inauguration. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, bud.
All right, Alec Lace outside the Capital One Arena with
Jessica. Tracy.
All right, why did you guys have to be here? Where are you from?
We're from Las Vegas.
Vegas.
How come you guys had to be here today for this inauguration?
The most historic inauguration in our times. Yep.
Biggest Trump supporters ever.
Is this the first event, the Trump event that you're attending, or you've been to other rallies?
I actually got to meet him at one of his rallies in Vegas, got a picture with him, and I just think he's the man. He's going to save our country.
He is going to save our country. I've been to a couple of rallies myself. I haven't met him.
Were you guys here last night for the victory rally?
We didn't make it in, but we were here, just not at the rally.
How do you guys feel about it being moved indoors? Did you plan on being at the National Mall? Did you have tickets?
A little disappointing, but the safety of our president, I'm down.
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus. Everyone's a little bit disappointed, but we understand. It's not as cold as I thought. I overdressed here. I thought it was going to be a lot colder, right?
Yeah, we bundled up a little bit, but anything's worth it. We got to be down here.
You going to be inside?
No. It's an adventure. We don't know what's going to happen. But
All right, girls. Enjoy the inauguration.
Thank you.
All right, Alec Lace live here outside the Capital One Arena with
Joe Cantu.
Joe, where'd you come in from?
Came from San Antonio, Texas.
Wow, is this your first time attending a Trump event?
No, second time. This is the second inauguration. So
you're here for the first inauguration?
I was.
How does this compare?
It doesn't. This is more amazing. There's more people. The diversity is incredible. Don't let anybody tell you different.
How come you had to be here today for this one?
If Donald Trump can sacrifice his life and give up his life that he has to do the service that he's doing for this country, I can join the train.
Well said. You expect him to sign some executive orders inside Capital One Arena today, right after he gets in there?
I think he's already signing them right now, 200 some odd.
All right, let's get it. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you, brother.
All right, Alec Lace live here outside the Capital One Arena with...
Leslie Clark.
And Sandy Money.
All right, where are you guys from?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Mesa, Arizona.
Arizona. How come you guys had to be here for this inauguration today?
We just wanted to be here. This is history. We love Trump. We're so excited.
Yep. I was there 2017 and I wanted to come back.
Did you guys have tickets to be on the National Mall? You're a little disappointed. How do you feel about it being moved inside?
Very, very bummed. We wanted to be there. We wanted to see it.
Yeah, no, we had tickets from the congressman and we wanted to be there. We're very, well, it's snowing. We're with a lot of people. We're having fun.
Not as cold as they predicted, right?
We would have been fine, and we're from Arizona, so.
We're warm. We're warm.
Is this the first Trump event you're attending? Did you go to the event last night, the victory rally?
We did not make it to that, but no, we've been to rallies, other rallies.
Many, many rallies. We've gone to rallies, and last night we were at the Texas, the black tie and boots. It was fun.
Very cool. What did you think about President Biden giving Dr. Fauci a pardon right out on his way out the door?
Not happy. Not my son's a doctor, and he's not happy about it either.
Nobody was happy about that. He seemed to give a blanket pardon to a lot of people on his way out the door, right? Sneaky move.
Very sneaky.
All right, girls, enjoy the inauguration.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're listening to the Alec Lace Show. The future is family.